News 25 is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson.
Area casinos get ready to open their doors and get a free antibody test after giving blood.
You're watching KPVM News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
Staff is getting ready to open their casino doors. It's Tuesday, June 2nd. I'm Janet Errett in for Deanna O'Donnell. Golden Entertainment's 3 properties here in Pahrump and other Nevada properties are getting ready to open their doors to the public. In fact, gaming all over the valley is excited to open up, from the small venues to the larger properties all over the state. The Pahrump Nugget Casino, Goldtown Casino, and Lakeside Casino and RV Park have sent an official press release announcing their June 4th reopening at 12:01 a.m. on Thursday, June 4th. All Golden Entertainment Inc. casinos, Pahrump Nugget Town, Goldtown, and Lakeside have implemented broad safety measures in accordance with the company's new Golden Commitment standards. These measures include sanitation protocols at every touch point, from the casinos, restaurants, and bars to the elevators and rooms. Per guidelines set by the state of Nevada, Pahrump Nugget, Goldtown, and Lakeside will also limit property occupancies to 50%. All health and safety measures are subject to change based on any updates from the state of Nevada. For more information, you can go to their websites. New information today in the deadly crash Sunday on Highway 178 near Shoshone.
California Highway Patrol says that Luis Echeverria of Fontana, California, was driving a 2007 Chevrolet Avalanche westbound along State Route 178 just east of State Route 127. At the same time, Chantra Sun of Baldwin Park, California, was driving a 2017 BMW X5 eastbound along State Route 178, approaching the Chevrolet Avalanche. For an unknown reason, the Chevrolet Avalanche and BMW collided head-on within the roadway of State Route 178. 2 passengers of the Chevrolet Avalanche, identified as 20-year-old David Anthony Mercado from Fontana and 27-year-old Andrew Gabriel Villalobos from San Bernardino, and 1 passenger, identified as 37-year-old Katrina Wilkins of the BMW, sustained multiple traumatic injuries during the collision and succumbed to those injuries. The remaining 5 victims were transported to Las Vegas University Medical Center for medical treatment. Wilkins was taken to UMC Trauma by helicopter but died upon arrival. Mercado and Villalobos died at the scene. The collision is under investigation by the California Highway Patrol, Bishop area.
President Trump and Vice President Pence are speaking out about the death of George Floyd. The Minneapolis man died May 25th after being restrained by police during his arrest for allegedly trying to pass a counterfeit $20 bill. His death sparked protests nationwide. Today, the president said protesters should be heard, but went on to say that there's no place for racism or violence on the streets of our country.
My fellow Americans, my first and highest duty as president is to defend our great country and the American people. I swore an oath to uphold the laws of our nation, and that is exactly what I will do. All Americans were rightly sickened and revolted by the brutal death of George Floyd. My administration is fully committed that...
News 25 is brought to you by Star Nursery, your garden's partner for every bloomin' thing.
Facebook employees stage a virtual walkout over comments made by President Trump. Projections show a dip in gross domestic product, and manufacturing sees a bit of a rebound in May. Here's Angela Miles.
Topping our news, Facebook employees virtually walked off the job this week. The New York Times was first to report it's in response to CEO Mark Zuckerberg's decision not to challenge President Trump's post on Facebook last week. That line was called out by Twitter as glorifying violence. The president made the threat after looters took to the streets in Minneapolis, following the police killing of George Floyd, who was unarmed. The president then signed an order last week threatening new regulations on social media firms. New projections are out about the effect of coronavirus on the economy. The Congressional Budget Office estimates that GDP will be reduced by 3%, which translates to $7.9 trillion. The latest read on manufacturing shows overall conditions measured by ISM rose slightly in May to 43.1, up from 41.5 in April. That is still an 11-year low.
A Pahrump man who allegedly threw a rock at his mother's vehicle, cracking the windshield, is under arrest.
Alan Goldstein was booked into the Nye County Detention Center on a charge of throwing a substance at a vehicle, causing $250 to $2,500 damage. Goldstein's mother called 911 to report that her son threw a rock at her vehicle while at Desert View Hospital, causing significant damage to the windshield. As deputies arrived, Goldstein's mom was leaving the parking lot. She pulled over and stopped. Deputies spotted a man later identified as Goldstein across the street from her vehicle. According to the arrest report, Goldstein told deputies that his mother was high and took him to Desert View Hospital for his feet. Goldstein was not wearing shoes. Officers say Goldstein's mom stated she did take him to the hospital in an attempt to check him in for a mental health evaluation. She says when she pulled into the parking lot, Goldstein got upset, jumped out of the car, and threw a rock at the windshield. Deputies say as Goldstein was placed under arrest, he stated he didn't do it and told deputies he was bringing light to those in the dark.
The seniors have officially graduated and they're on their way to their new life, and Pahrump Valley High School ceremony was held Friday night here at KPVM-TV, Facebook, and YouTube.
Pahrump Valley High School held their virtual graduation ceremony Friday night, May 29th at 8 p.m. The over 250 seniors from our local school turned their tassels and threw their caps in the air after being officially declared the Pahrump Valley High School graduating class of 2020 by Principal George Campnell. This was the new principal's first graduation since coming to our local school after holding dozens of them in his decades-long career. This class could not have the traditional graduation because of the coronavirus pandemic, and the Nye County School District Board instead opted for a virtual graduation produced by KPVM-TV with all the necessary elements, including the opening speeches by the principal and staff. The national anthem was sung by Skylar Lauver and Romulan Carrion. The valedictorian Nathan Hull opted not to speak. Instead, Rebecca Brivnikoff, the salutatorian, summed up her last 4 years at the school on behalf of her graduating class. Staff members also read the names of the graduates with photos of each of them on screen. The graduation ended with the principal, Campnell, declaring the class graduated, followed with highlights throughout the year from the high school yearbook staff. Every year, KPVM-TV records the graduation live and provides the videos to the school after they are edited. This year was a bit different, that all the people had to be put on split screen in order to keep a 6-foot social distance. If you would like to purchase a copy, you can call 775-727-9400. You can also download it off of Facebook and YouTube.
It was a big weekend for Pahrump Valley High School's class of 2020. In addition to actually graduating, the seniors piled into vehicles and hit the streets of Pahrump for a celebratory convoy. The event was organized by Jessica McCutcheon, who wanted to create something memorable for her son.
So it was actually pretty selfish in manner with the kids not getting the traditional graduation and loss of prom and grad night and all that fun stuff. I wanted my son, my last child, to have a memory that was positive. And so I have a best friend in Logandale, I have some friends in Beatty, and they all had parades. So just thought, why can't that happen here? And threw some thoughts together for a couple of friends. We came up with a convoy so that we could avoid all the red tape from an actual parade and got it underway. And it's pretty amazing how this community came together so quickly to make it happen. Detective Tippett has been a main source to go to. Just an incredible person as well as deputy, and he really helped me out just to get everything underway. I just wanted to make sure that we had all the sirens, bells and whistles. And so speaking with Detective Tippett, he got it underway, and not that we needed approval for the convoy, but just to get them involved as well. And so he was a great point of reference and really helped to really support our grads. They led the convoy, which was fantastic. We had the fire trucks, we had a couple medics, and we had Sheriff's Auxiliary and some detectives, and then, deputies, and then we had our motocops who made sure that the traffic flowed very well. It was just phenomenal. So I had my son videotaping as we were driving along, and I had to make him stop and then restart because I would start crying. It was just amazing to see this community come out for our high school grads. You know, this is such a pivotal moment in their lives. Me as a mom, you know, getting him up in the morning and making his lunches and driving him to school and yelling at him that he needed to be there and turn in his homework. You know, the parents worked as hard as the kids did. And so for me as a mom to have that loss of cheering him on going across the stage, I felt that. And so I just wanted to make sure that there was something that we could do to celebrate them, and this was it.
We'll be right back after this break.
This segment of the news is brought to you by Mountain West Lawyers, Nye County's injury attorneys. Don't get bullied by insurance companies. Call Jason Ernest and bully them back at 775-727-9500.
Vitalant is offering donors who complete a blood donation a COVID-19 antibody test. On Monday, Vitalant became the first national blood bank to test all blood donations for antibodies to the coronavirus that causes COVID-19. The antibody test, which is authorized by the Food and Drug Administration, will indicate if the donor's immune system has produced antibodies to the virus, regardless of whether they have ever showed symptoms. While a positive antibody test does not mean that someone is immune to COVID-19, it does mean that they may be eligible to donate convalescent plasma in the future and help people with the disease. To find out more and to donate, go to Vitalant.com. Nevada game wardens Casey Humphreys and Victor Jordan were training other wardens in personal watercraft operations near the swim area at Boulder Beach on Lake Mead Friday when they noticed a man and woman struggling to stay afloat. The two wardens quickly responded and were able to pull both adults from the water and bring them to shore, where they were attended to by medical personnel from National Park Service. Officials say if they had not been there, that could have easily ended tragically. While the two were technically still in the designated swimming area of Boulder Beach, they were quite a way offshore with no life jackets and only pool toys for flotation. When the wind picked up, the two were unable to hold on to the pool toys and almost immediately began to struggle to swim back to shore. The Nevada Department of Wildlife recommends that swimmers utilize a life jacket anytime you're venturing into open water. June is Oral Health Month. Now there's another good reason to brush your teeth. Recent research links two common heart conditions with poor dental hygiene. Cleveland Clinic's Dr. Luke Laffin did not conduct the study, but says it shows taking care of your teeth pays off.
What they found was that the risk of atrial fibrillation and heart failure is lower in those individuals who undertake professional dental cleaning, reported that they brush their teeth 3 times a day or more.
The study looks at 10 years of data on more than 160,000 people in Korea. Researchers looked at participants' oral hygiene habits and followed them to see if they developed heart failure or atrial fibrillation, a heart rhythm disorder also known as AFib. Results show people with better dental habits had lower risk for the two heart conditions. They also found people who had a larger number of missing teeth were more likely to have heart failure. Dr. Laffin says it's well known that cardiovascular disease is associated with inflammation in the body, and the gums can be a source of that. Along with a heart-healthy diet, exercise, and managing blood pressure, cholesterol, and diabetes, it's also important to keep your teeth healthy.
Brush your teeth regularly, floss, do what the dentist says more than anything else. And it's always a good idea to see your dentist regularly as well. Get those regular teeth cleanings, particularly if you're at a higher risk for cardiovascular disease, including abnormal heart rhythms and heart failure.
Complete results for the study can be found in the European Journal of Preventive Cardiology.
4 positives for COVID-19 have been reported to the county. However, they are 4 older results from Las Vegas testing moved to the county total by the state due to residency in Pahrump, moving the overall county number to 65 COVID-19 positives. This follows 2 removed from the county totals by the state on Monday due to residency.
News 25 Weather Cam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Now let's take a look at our weather cam. It's been a beautiful day out today, slightly cloudy, kind of overcast, keeping that hot sunshine off us. We'll be back with more weather right after this.
News 25 Weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hello and welcome back to News 25. I'm Michael Donohue with today's weather. In Las Vegas, we had a high of 103 degrees, a low of 80. Death Valley, 112, a low of 84. Amargosa, 100 degrees, a low of 71. 96.67 in Beatty. 87.55 in Goldfield. 85, a low of 54 in Tonopah. 86.53 in Carson City. 90, a low of 56 in Fallon. And 89, a low of 57 up in Fernley. Now today in Pahrump, we saw partly cloudy skies. Our high today was 98 degrees. Winds out of the south-southwest up to 11 miles per hour. Humidity at 10% and our sunrise at 5:27 this morning. Now for tonight, we're expecting mostly clear skies. Our low is going to be 74 degrees. It is 97 outside currently with 8-mile-per-hour winds out of the east-southeast. Humidity at 18% and our sunset at 7:56 tonight. Now taking a look ahead to that 7-day, all those clouds are starting to work their way out. We're expecting mainly sunny skies throughout the week with the exception of Wednesday and Friday where we still do have some clouds. Now, however, that wind is still going to be plaguing us for the most part from Thursday all the way through next Monday. We're going to be seeing winds anywhere between 13 to 20 miles per hour. Now for our temperatures on Wednesday and Thursday, we're going to see temperatures in about those low hundreds, around 101 to 103 degrees, down to a high of 98 on Friday, and then into those mid to low 80s from Saturday to Tuesday. Now for overnights on Wednesday and Thursday, we're going to be seeing a low of 74 degrees, dropping down to 63 on Friday, down into about those mid to high 50s from Saturday to Monday, and then back up to a low of 61 degrees by next Tuesday. So now with that, we're going to throw it back to the desk with Janet.
Thank you, Michael. Now from all of us up here on the Hill, thank you for joining us. And I'm Janet Errett. We'll see you right back here tomorrow.